It's official, ladies and gentlemen. Tucker Carlson is back by launching his own online channel and teaming up with Elon Musk's Twitter. By now, you must have already heard the news that Tucker is back, and he's also decided to, not only launch his own online channel, but at the same time, take some legal action against Fox News while we're at it, because why not? Today is all about court cases and suing people. We had Andrew Bridgen suing Matt Hancock, and now we have Tucker Carlson suing Fox News. In case you haven't seen the video, first things first, he posted this video on Twitter itself. Let's watch this, then we're going to come back.
Hey, it's Tucker Carlson. You often hear people say the news is full of lies, but most of the time that's not exactly right. Much of what you see on television or read the New York Times is in fact true in the literal sense. It could pass one of the media's own fact checks. Lawyers would be willing to sign off on it. In fact, they may have. But that doesn't make it true. It's not true. At the most basic level, the news you consume is a lie of the stealthiest and most insidious kind. Facts have been withheld on purpose, along with proportion and perspective. You are being manipulated. How does that work? Let's see. If I tell you that a man has been unjustly arrested for armed robbery, that is not, strictly speaking, a lie. He may have been framed. At this point, there's been no trial, so no one can really say. But if I don't mention the fact that the same man has been arrested for the same crime 6 times before, am I really informing you? No, I'm not. I'm misleading you. And that's what the news media are doing in every story that matters, every day of the week, every week of the year. What's it like to work in a system like that? After more than 30 years in the middle of it, we could tell you stories. The best you can hope for in the news business at this point is the freedom to tell the fullest truth that you can. But there are always limits. And you know that if you bump up against those limits often enough, you will be fired for it. That's not a guess, it's guaranteed. Every person who works in English language media understands that. The rule of what you can't say defines everything. It's filthy, really, and it's utterly corrupting. You can't have a free society if people aren't allowed to say what they think is true. Speech is the fundamental prerequisite for democracy. That's why it's enshrined in the first of our constitutional amendments. Amazingly, as of tonight, there aren't many platforms left that allow free speech. The last big one remaining in the world, the only one, is Twitter, where we are now. Twitter has long served as the place where our national conversation incubates and develops. Twitter is not a partisan site. Everybody's allowed here, and we think that's a good thing. And yet, for the most part, the news that you see analyzed on Twitter comes from media organizations that are themselves thinly disguised propaganda outlets. You see it on cable news, you talk about it on Twitter. The result may feel like a debate, but actually the gatekeepers are still in charge. We think that's a bad system. We know exactly how it works, and we're sick of it. Starting soon, we'll be bringing a new version of the show we've been doing for the last 6.5 years to Twitter. We'll be bringing some other things too, which we'll tell you about. But for now, we're just grateful to be here. Free speech is the main right that you have. Without it, you have no others. See you soon.
Now, that is absolutely fascinating. This is the final days of the mainstream media and its life. Because last time I checked, and right now I just checked while we were watching this video on Twitter, this video that Tucker Carlson has posted within hours, less than a day, half a day, it's got almost over 22 million views. 22 million views. Now, this is a dream for the mainstream media to get these sort of ratings. And he mentioned that even on platforms, the new media platforms, whether it's Twitter or YouTube here or other ones, the issue that we have is that the mainstream media, the legacy media channels, they are still trying to dominate it. So they still post their own clips, and the certain platforms obviously have been given them the option. So, but the ratings are still low. Whether it's Fox News posting on social media, whether it's GB News or CNN or BBC, any of these guys, or Talk TV, they're all mainstream media. You know, they claim to be different, but it's not really that different. It's just simply some channels allow more views on their platform to be expressed, but they're not really actually challenging the whole of the establishment because they're not allowed. They have to play the game. But we don't have to play the game. We make our own rules here. And I talk about whatever I want to talk about. And we will actually hold the establishment to account. And we haven't really been censored anymore. Twitter is also becoming better under Elon Musk. Now, one issue for Tucker Carlson is he had some challenges when he left Fox News recently because of his contract. Fox News said you can't join any other channel, you can't launch any channel because you have a contract with us. And they didn't even sack him initially, obviously, but because of the competition rules. But he's actually taking Fox News to court first because he believes that they themselves decided to breach the contract before he's doing anything. So Tucker Carlson is actually accusing Fox News of fraud and a contract breach. And one of the issues is that obviously this Twitter move would seem to technically violate Tucker Carlson's contract with Fox, but his lawyer's letter effectively holds that Fox breached the contract first. Now, there was a section, let's look at this letter quickly, because there's a part of it is the details of the letter saying that Tucker Carlson's lawyers obviously sent this letter to Rupert Murdoch's team and Fox officers themselves, saying that the lawyers accuse Fox executives of making material representations or promises to Carlson that were intentionally broken, constituting fraud. Also, the letter alleges Fox that they've broken agreement with Tucker Carlson not to leak his private communications to the media and not to use Carlson's private messages to take any adverse employment action against him. Now, multiple outlets have reported on Tucker Carlson's redacted communications from pre-trial discovery documents and have suggested that they led to this ousting. So, okay, so the fight is now going to the other side. So Tucker Carlson is taken to court to make sure that he has the freedom because he believes that Fox and Rupert Murdoch violated the contract first. And the way it's looking, he might actually win that battle and he could easily launch his channel and everything's going to be fine. And this is the death of the mainstream media as we know it. As channels like mine continues to grow, we continue to beat all the mainstream media ratings in this country, in Britannia. And of course, Tucker Carlson is doing it globally. So I'm still the junior version compared to those guys. But it is good. It's important. One thing that massively backfired on Fox was that over the years, they've been giving him so much money that he's now uncancelable because he can just easily use his own pocket money to launch whatever he wants. So Tucker, if you're watching this, maybe come and help me a little bit as well. We could expand this empire as well. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.